Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Ruy Vaz, a senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, achieved his first career hat trick as a star in a 4-1 victory over St. Gregory's. Talk about that game against St. Gregory's. You scored a hat trick in that game. Tell us what went into it.
Well, it was a really great game for us. We came together as a team, and we played really well. We kept the ball possession for most of the time, so we were able to create many chances and to find the back of the net. I play forward, so that's what I have to do. And I'm happy I was able to score and help the team.
Your team is undefeated in conference play, 3-0-1 right now. Talk about the importance of performing well in the conference.
Well, each game, if we win, it gives us confidence to just play better, you know. And this is a very tough conference, honestly. I didn't expect to be so not good, but very tough, you know. Very difficult games, some good fields, some bad fields. So play well in the conference is important for us to give us confidence, to keep growing as a team, and eventually to go to nationals and do well.
You lead the team with 5 goals right now. Talk about your ability to find the back of the net.
Well, I think it's just a matter of being focused. You know, you need to have higher levels of concentration in the game, and I'm closer to the goal, you know. So sometimes the ball doesn't come perfect, so I have to create my chances, and if I create the chances, I just have to put them away. So, and you have to be a little bit selfish too as a forward. So yeah, just being focused and being a little bit selfish.
Coming from Brazil, what made you choose to come here to OCU?
Actually, I went to Kansas to a junior college, and I played well there, and Coach Harvey saw me playing, so he wanted to recruit me. And I really liked the school, the soccer program. I like the guys of the team. So I think it will be a good place to play soccer and study.
You had mentioned as one of your most humbling experiences walking through a slum in Brazil. Tell us about that experience.
Well, actually, I played there for almost 2 years, so it was more of a humbling season of my life, you know. So you just see people that live in very bad conditions, but still they manage to have a smile on their faces, you know, and to not only live but to survive with a really great attitude. So it's just a lesson, you know. You just get to see people that really work hard to live, and you just gotta be thankful with what you have and with what you don't have. So it was a really nice time for me there.
What's your major here at OCU?
My major is philosophy.
And what career plans do you have following soccer?
Well, I still want to play soccer, but eventually I want to go to get a master's degree and to coach. Just want to stay in soccer environment.
Very good. Thanks very much. Talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Ruy Vaz, and coming up next, we'll talk to wrestling coach Archie Randall.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to wrestling coach Archie Randall. The Stars are ranked 2nd right now in the Women's Collegiate Wrestling Association, and Coach Emily Webster is going along undefeated in the college ranks. Talk about her push for a 4th national championship.
She's about right on schedule right now. She's should be 8 or 9-0. She beat Marina Doi, who is one of the upcoming freshmen this last weekend. She'll have Vanessa Smith on Thursday night, which is the number 2 girl, but she's pretty focused. and I think that she'll accomplish her goal. She'll be a four-timer, and I think she'll be undefeated. She's pretty focused. Emily's always been focused ever since she's been here.
You've got a group of seniors that all have a chance to become four-time All-Americans. Talk about that group of seniors.
Bobo Delgado, she's wrestling real well right now. She was the university bronze medalist, world bronze medalist this year. She finished second at the World Team Trials. Unfortunately, she lost a ranking match at the Olympic Training Center, knocked her off the world team, but she's right on track. She's injured right now, and she'll be out for 3 or 4 weeks. She separated her shoulder last weekend, but she's going to be a four-timer. I don't think that any of those girls that are going for their fourth one will not achieve their goal. It just depends on how high they can get. And most of them their aspirations are to be national champions. Demi Strube is doing real well right now. She's wrestling really good. Heather O'Connor is doing real well. She's ranked 3rd. Demi's ranked 2. Bobo's ranked 2. So they're all looking really good right now. They're a good group of seniors. Our leadership is real good on the team, and we're pretty solid. The team's pretty solid. We have 10 returning All-Americans. The only weight that we don't have an All-American is 123, and we're starting Rachel Archer there, who's a sophomore from Washington, and this weekend she beat 2 All-Americans decisively at our last dual thing, so she's looking pretty good too. It's really early in the season right now, and they're real ahead of they're ahead of the game right now. They're doing well. We're pleased with them.
Obviously, your team that returns those 10 All-Americans pretty solid right now. Talk about the recruiting class that you have coming in.
The girls that we have, the 4 girls that we have coming are pretty solid too. You know, and our program is at the level right now with incoming freshmen. They usually have to pay their dues for a year. Cassie Jasperson's pretty solid. Maggie Dorma's pretty solid. Those 2 are really doing real well, right? Those 2. The other 2 are just freshmen. You know what I mean? It's rough on a freshman in our room, but you know they'll go through the same thing. The other girls did the same thing. Emily and Bobo did, and it's the same thing. And we expect a couple of them, Maggie and Cassidy, at the end to really be a contributor to our national championship.
Switching gears to the men's season hasn't started yet. What are your expectations for the men's team this year?
Men's team is very young. We had a really good recruiting class. We started, I think, 7 freshmen last year. We only have 1 senior in the team. We have all our qualifiers back. We shuffled the lineup a little bit. We added a couple of kids to it. We added Aaron LaForge to our lineup, who's a transfer from Montana State Northern, who was ranked number 1 at 125. After Christmas, we will be adding Brandon Thompson, who is a 3-time Ohio State big class champion at 33. At 49, we're going to wrestle 2 freshmen at 49. One of them's a multiple Oklahoma State placer. One of them's a junior national All-American. So we're looking pretty solid. Their time is this year if they want it, but next year they'll get it. And if they want it this year, they'll do it. They're really young. They're focused. They're pretty focused. They're wrestling hard. Practice is enjoyable. Both teams I'm having a really good time this year. They're a good group of kids. My assistant coaches are excellent. C.J. Campbell from Jamestown, who was the head coach there, and Matt Stevens, who was at Union High School last year. I've got some really competent coaches, and I think between the staff and the teams, we're going to be very successful this year.
You returned Zach Skates from last year as a 2-time All-American. What's it going to take for him to become a 3-time All-American?
I don't think that Zach becoming a 3-time All-American is the question. The question would be whether he can achieve his goal of being a national champion. He's pretty focused. He's coming off a shoulder surgery. He got hurt in the semis. He would have probably been in the finals and probably won it last year. He had the best shot of being a national champ last year. I think he's more focused this year. His weight's way under control. He's going to start out at 57 instead of wrestling 165. And I think being an All-America is a given for him. It's becoming a national champion that he wants to be. And I think he'll make that goal this year.
What inspired you to get into coaching as your career?
The reason I got into coaching for my career is because I had bad coaches. When I wrestled in high school, I never had a wrestling coach. I had to coach myself. I'd have a track coach or a football coach. And I made it my goal when I decided to coach wrestling that I was not going to let my kids not be successful. So what I'll do is make every opportunity I get to give my kids an opportunity to be successful, whether it's academically or athletically. I'm going to give them that chance. I want them to reach their potential because I didn't. I don't think I reached my potential. I didn't have anybody guiding me on anything and where I should go, what I should do, or how I should to end my career, start my career, and I'm not going to let that happen to my kids. Their success is important to me because it makes me feel successful too. The more they're successful, the better I feel. That's why I coach. It makes me feel good. I like doing it.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Talking to OCU Wrestling Coach Archie Randall. The Stars are ranked second in the Women's Collegiate Wrestling Association. You can follow their progress on OCUsports.com.